Hello and welcome.
Hello there.
I am Pat.
I think I am Ray.
And welcome
to our podcast called
Recipe
for
Disaster.
It's good to hear your voice again. It's good to hear my voice again after all these years again.
You know, it's been so long that I forgot how to do the intro.
It's been so long that I forgot how to speak. I have lived in the endless void of time without any words.
Just waiting for the next episode.
Just waiting patiently. Sitting around, not uttering a single word about this podcast.
You know, that does sometimes happen. If you're a person living on your own and you sometimes spend days without saying anything, and then you check if you still have your voice and you go like, oh, and then you're reassured.
That's what I usually do, yeah. So, I also do, oh, and then understand that, yes, I still am a human.
But just in this case, the both of us, for sure, have been waiting ever since we checked the 30th of September to speak.
I haven't spoken in 3 months, Pat.
Yes, I have a lot to say now.
Yes, same here. I say many words, but also few words do trick. But this time I say good.
I sniff my say. Very good.
Very good word.
Book.
That's how I usually speak when I'm substituting an English class.
Is it?
I speak in the most disgusting Bradley English accent, like on purpose. Like, so today we are going to talk about exercise number 26. We do past perfect, and then we speak about things and do this dialogue.
So you're memeing the children.
Yes. and they love it usually.
They do, yeah?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Because they're used to their teacher probably speaking in a British accent and teaching them UK English. And then I'm like a full troglodyte substitute who speaks like an idiot.
No, you go. This is in your favor.
Yeah.
I wish.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fun. It's good fun. And then I switch back to my... whatever this accent is, fucking who knows?
No one does. It's still under research.
Yeah, I don't even know, like, what has made it so that I speak this way.
Well, at least the main thing is that you're not trying to be someone you are not.
No, definitely not.
I have been in situations where that might have been the case, and that's no longer necessary.
That does have a small, very posh tang in his...
Yes, it used to be a lot worse, believe
speech.
me. It used to be a lot worse, but I have come to my senses.
You have understood that... why even?
There is no reason why one should, even.
I mean, this medium of the podcast is also pretty decent to, like, exercise your speaking abilities a bit, at least. I don't know.
And your Kegel muscles.
Yeah, we are constantly doing Kegels here. We're fucking jacked.
It's something you do on the side. It's like an AFK thing. Kegel. Get 50 kc of Kegels.
Fucking 6 reps every second. Let's go.
Get the Kegel combat achievements easy.
Kegels, my level is 99, just like in RuneScape. And as a matter of fact, I see, as we are in the Pat's place currently.
Yes, welcome. The second time.
Is it the second time or is it the third time?
The podcast, I want to say.
Well, I mean, I have been here more than 3 times, but for the podcast, maybe?
I'm a vote for 2, but I might be mistaken.
Yeah, I think we've been here like in the summer season and once in the winter winterish season.
I had a horrific.
He had an epiphany.
I did. We forgot to do the minute of silence.
Well, shit.
The Christmas minute of silence. But I think this is fine.
Well, let's hope so.
Yes.
That we did not make silence for Jesus.
Every time before the podcast, we pause and we give homage to the God of
microphones and sound.
And Microsoft.
Bill Gates bless.
All praise. All hail the mighty.
All hail the mighty Gates.
Yes.
And Gaben as well.
Yeah, never forget. Never forgive. So, but regardless, what brought us here was the fact that we are now again in Pat's place with a killer staircase.
Literally, every time I come here, his staircase is more narrow and more steep. Unless I myself am more wide and more vertically inclined. I don't know.
That's the word we were looking for.
So I think it's the stairs.
I think so too, because with the wooden house, it does sag. One might say it loses its 3D occupation of space.
That's very scientific of you.
Yes, and
that's probably the right term. Yeah.
Yeah. So at one point, doors won't open. Probably cracks will appear, and staircase becomes more vertical. That's
and more narrow.
Don't forget narrow. Yes.
Yeah. So every time I feel like if I need to go to the bathroom, I might die, because for some reason his bathroom is on the second floor.
This is the medieval survival bathroom experience where you did have to be afraid for your life if you went to pee
every time.
So now you get to relive that.
I'm only missing a full suit of armor and the bunch of barbarians trying to fucking kill me.
That's just one Craigslist search away.
Hello. I would like 10 burly men to assault me on the stairs.
Oh, sorry, you want the burly men package, do you? Yes. Do we have an offer just in your luck?
My friend, special deal for you.
Oh, your family price. Whole family will be with burly men in physical activities.
Family price. 10 barbarians. 10 naked cowboys.
One gun.
One gun in Ram Ranch.
And 2 smoking barrels.
That sounds hot.
But what have you done?
like in...
What have you done? Right. What have you done?
Okay, that's also a copyright strike song.
Damn.
Sorry.
We haven't spoken in 3-ish months. What have you been up to, Mr. Ray?
Like you mean like...
Let's start.
We haven't spoken to each other, or like
no, at all. Like we said,
yeah. So because my job doesn't need to speak at all, so yeah.
No need. So you've been teaching.
I have been working and studying my ass off. Been playing some games here and there. I'm gonna be upfront about it, and I'm gonna say it right now. No, I have not played RS Leagues. I mean, I did do a huge step compared to the last time. I did make character, and I did get a few tasks done, and I did get 30 points. So I have already gotten 30 times more points than last time.
So am I correct in understanding that last time you did not even open the league's menu worth 10 points?
No.
Nice.
I think I logged into the world.
And you went, fuck this shit.
Nah, I'm good. And then I logged out, and yeah.
This isn't where I parked my car. And I have heard rumors that your favorite world is now banned.
Yes. I'm gonna dox my favorite world, 368. they fucking changed it into a leagues world. I was fucking flabbergasted. I was exasperated. I was mad. I was literally annoyed that they changed it to a leagues world.
Livid.
I was fuming.
Woo. Did you go to Reddit? First, take a shit, then, whilst shitting, get on your phone and write a juicy complaint.
These fucking developers are out of their mind. They are fucking idiots. Yeah, that's what I did.
That's what any reasonable.
And then I changed it to 376 because it also seemed like a good number, and yeah.
So, substantially more leagues than last year, but...
substantially, because 30 times 0 is still 0 in that sense, but yeah. I mean, and other than that, I haven't played a main game much as well, so...
because you have been, again, rumors. Some say that it's the Path of Exile 2 that you have been engaged with to some capacity.
Might have played other games.
Half-Life 2 keeps popping up.
Yes, I did start the new run of Half-Life 2. It still holds up. Fucking 20 years later, still one of the best games ever made. And yeah, and a bit of Path of Exile 2 as well.
But this I read in the papers last morning.
In the papers?
In the local papers. Is that you might not have been fully satisfied with the game so far. The article said.
I think we need the whole episode for that rant. But I'm gonna spare our listeners and you and myself as well, because I'm quite tired of speaking about the issues that I have with the game, and also some of our listeners, I'm not naming any names, they also might be a bit over my ranting about the game, because they have heard enough of it in certain places. But yes, I was not, and I am not fully satisfied, which was expected, because the vision #VisionTM is a lot different than the previous game, and yes.
I feel that since we are still unsure about the pending sponsorship with Vision.
We are still pending on sponsorship, so I'm not gonna...
We are inclined to mention that this is early access, this is beta.
Yes, PoE 2 is currently on early access. You can play it on PC, on the consoles. You can get the key on Steam for 28 euros. # please sponsor us, GG. It is a game of all games. One might even say that.
One might.
I mean, the essence is there, you know. It like a baseline is there, and the PoE 1 fine-tuned itself also for years and years to get to where it is now. So I am still huffing some copium that eventually it might be a bit more enjoyable experience of a game.
Were you on board from the first with PoE 1?
Yes.
From the first, from the get-go?
I mean, I started back then with a friend of mine in the end of closed beta, in the start of open beta, so still pretty much from the beginning, 2013 or so, yeah.
But you took a liking to the first edition from the beta? Instantly. Because
that was back when Diablo 3 hard flopped, and it sucked ass for me personally, and I was still into Diablo 2 a lot. And basically PoE 1 came at a perfect time to satisfy my ARPG needs, and it also felt like a true successor to Diablo 2.
But different developers, right?
Yeah.
Different developers.
GGG.
Right.
Grinding Gear Games.
I see.
Hashtag please sponsor us, Mark.
Please do. Please do.
But not Jonathan.
I see, yeah.
He has made some very questionable choices.
I see. No, he can fuck off.
I will not go as far.
Too strong?
But he has made some questionable decisions, which I still have to obey because I am just a poor plebeian of a player.
Mm-hmm. So more, not so much as fuck off, but bugger off, Mister.
Bugger off, ye old hodger or whatever the fuck.
So yeah,
TLDR, I have very mixed feelings about the game.
I love it. It's like a dam bursting. You get one crack, you mend it, but like 3 pop open.
I did not want to go there today, but the proposed and baited me into it. There are some enjoyable aspects, but if PoE 1 is a solid 9 out of 10 for me, then PoE 2 at its current state is like a 5.
But might it be the case that your expectations are so high up, it's kind of like Half-Life 3, you cannot realistically fulfill them?
I mean, the expectations certainly were up there, but then again, from the information that we knew beforehand, I already was expecting a game which is more slower and a bit more like Dark Souls like-ish. And yeah, Reddit has already beaten the negative feedback horse to death, so I'm gonna refer to them. They have already said some points that I agree with, and also Kriparian, one of the biggest, like, back in the day, one of the biggest PoE streamers, and currently also a huge streamer, also made a really good video about the issues that he has, and I also agree with his points. So if you want to know what I think, then go watch Kriparian's 30-minute video essay on it.
Oh, wonderful. This is taken an academic tune. We have an opinion backed up by references. Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, proper.
That's why I study in university, to conduct proper argumentative opinions.
I feel awed in the presence.
Yes. That has been my experience. Also, I have been trying to play it on my ancient PC here in the city that I currently reside in during the holidays.
How has that worked out for you?
The GPU is 10 years old. It has 2 gigabytes of VRAM, but somehow it somewhat is chugging along. It is playable-ish. I can do some things in the campaign. I can progress my character a bit.
Uh-huh.
But it's not very enjoyable. And I'd assume it would be much more enjoyable on a computer. Like I heard that Mr. Pat here has acquired.
Yes, Mr. Pat has waited for 3-ish years now.
Mr. Pat.
3-ish. Because I've been wanting to buy a gaming PC for a long time now, but other things have always gotten in the way.
Stupid things like a car or like a vacation.
A bike. And then...
We have talked about your priorities before,
I know,
Pat.
I know.
And finally, the man set his head on straight and bought a fucking PC.
It took some time, but it's done now. It could have been done much faster, but the reward is sweet. I have postponed my enjoyment, and I am pleased now.
You have aged enough.
Enough is enough. At one point, it's just plain weird.
The floodgates opened.
And
and you splurged.
I did.
Hard.
Yes, it was time, and now everything fell into place. It's dark outside. The weather is remarkably shit.
Yeah, even by like our local standards, where winters are very...
it's a hit or miss.
It's a very hit or miss, and this year it has been like a fucking cosmic miss.
You forget your ammunition. It's not even a miss, it's a non-qualified shot.
Yeah, like... if you expect like snow and shit for winter, then currently it's like a shitty September evening.
Guess what? It's dark, it's cold, and it's raining all the time, and everything is muddy and shitty and just depressing. There's no foliage. There's nothing to dampen the overall monotony.
Yeah,
it's just concrete, asphalt, and...
it's just bleak, you know?
It is bleak. It's Edgar Allan Poe bleak, but just in the 21st century in a shitty city.
In Eastern Europe.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Just wonderful. So everything falls into place. I don't even want to be outside. I wouldn't even go if they made me. So I can... And the room that it's in is not that well protected from the light and from the heat, more importantly. So everything fits now. But yes, I'm still waiting on the chair, but the keyboard arrived a few days ago into a flower shop that doubles as a package receiving facility. I'm not sure.
That's how they usually are. You sell some tulips and keyboards.
Yeah, you put away the heroin and you go for the... insert your flower name.
Yeah.
Daffodils.
Roses. Right. After 10 seconds of thinking, he comes with fucking daffodils.
Thistles.
Wow, this man is so magnificent.
Uh-huh. And yeah, and it's here now. I bought it with the idea that at least I can play fucking RuneScape now with the HD plugin. Because before, in my laptop, the graphics card and the video card are integrated, which does not sit well with the plugin at all. So just being able to play Rune in high definition is...
On a huge fucking screen as well.
The screen is yes...
10,000 inches curved fucking hertzes out of the wazoo.
Black plastic.
Black plastic. And it's also teetering on the edge of the fucking table.
Yeah, because
this man is a daredevil, literally.
Well, how can I frame this? The setup, the table isn't exactly meant for gaming, so if I put it safely, accommodating the entirety of its standpoint leg, then it would be way too close, and I would go blind. So it has to be...
Then you can see better.
That's true, but it's... I mean...
You can see all the pixels.
For Rune, at the moment, I'll let it lie, but maybe, yeah, when I move on after League's ends to other...
when you start playing actual games...
Yes, then it might come closer, that's what she said. But first, maybe... Pretty much Leagues will end and the chair will arrive at roughly the same time. So it's...
Are they still, like, mining the pieces for the chair, or what?
They're growing the cotton as we speak.
They are currently mining the iron for the frame.
They're building the railroads.
They're currently discovering new mines to find the resources for Pat's fucking chair.
They're charting uncharted territories for mining resources.
Elon Musk is currently on his way to Mars to mine the metals.
So it's in process. It's a work in process,
Okay.
I can tell you. And the holidays aren't making it any easier.
Yeah. but it does look nice. The PC of yours, it's one of the fractal cases with the wood thingy in front. It's very.
It's
and it also fits your.
This was the reason.
Thing. Your
table thing is wood thing, and so I have computer wood thing, and I have the keyboard wood thing.
It fits your thing.
Yes, wood thing.
That's the word.
That's
for table.
Exactly. So yes, and the irony is that I played Black Mesa for an hour and a half, and then League started, and that's all I've been doing. And the PC is like it arrived. Like the keyboard arrived just now, but the PC was set up a few days, like 3 or 4
seconds before the league start.
Pretty much, which was fortunate that the league start was postponed. This is the first time, and like this is a good as time as ever to start talking about leagues. We need to get it out of the way. So
because this man here has been absolutely fiending on leagues.
We'll discuss what we want to do, but for the time being, I just want to say that this was the first time ever.
I might actually leave now, so enjoy this Pat's monologue on leagues.
This was the first time ever that
He felt happiness.
I felt my legs.
Ooh.
That I was a part of like a live gaming thing, whatever.
Oh,
because like last time first time I played was like when the leagues was already a day or two old, but this I kind of schemed it with my job so that I could be on time, which was reasonable for us. It wasn't like
that's how you do it.
It's not like in the West Coast in California where they had to wake up at like 12 to start at 3 a.m. and then having to wait another fucking 5 hours. So we've been up all night, and so it wasn't like that. So it was just like afternoon.
A quick side note also, PoE leagues start like at 10 in our time.
Who is the main? Who has which country's game is it?
Who's got the power? God, yes. Pat.
But in which country?
New Zealand.
Really?
Yes, it's New Zealand developers, and in our time, a league start at like 9 or 10.
9 or 10, that not too bad, but not great. Not great either.
They even used to start at like 11 at our time, and
that's not good. That's horrible.
That was abysmal, especially with a league start having queues to the servers. Where you sometimes had to wait like up to an hour or some shit.
Oh, that's horrible.
To even access the game, and you might get disconnected and then back to the queue and so on. So it wasn't.
Oh,
it's an experience, and with the PoE 2 launch, it was even worse because millions of people tried to get in. Okay, maybe not. It actually was over a million like hitting the server simultaneously, and the fucking system died. It completely fucking died that you properly got in at the next day. So it was an experience.
That's a fucking charade.
Yeah, because I can also identify with being part of the live game league start thing with PoE as well, and it is a special feeling.
It is a special, especially now. You mentioned before that the launch got postponed. Like, yeah, the Rune launch was delayed, but this fully got postponed for, what did you say, like 2 weeks?
2 weeks or so, yeah.
That's horrible, and people have like taken people have taken that into account.
Yeah, they have taken out vacations, sent their family away, sent their kids to camps, their wives to camps, and everything, and then the fucking developers have the nerve to postpone your precious game
right till the day that your wife comes back with the kids and expects
at the hour that they return, the league starts, and you're like, fuck my life. I hate this. Please die.
None of it was worth it.
Yes.
I want out. I want out.
And then you shoot yourself.
Yeah.
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 That's how it usually goes.
Game over.
But how did it go for you, Pat?
It went
The league start.
much better. I didn't shoot myself for once.
For once, yeah. I'm glad, Pat. I am glad.
It was slightly magical, I could say.
Yeah.
Just because of the novelty. I've been this leagues. I wasn't that on board last year, but there has been a lot of build up to this leagues, like months before, because they started releasing information bit by bit.
So this time you were actually like with the hype, so
Pretty much like for a month. Yes,
Yeah.
It didn't come out of the blue. I was prepared for about
Everything.
a month, because everyone kept like releasing videos daily, and one of the guys that I watched the most is the guy I watched their stream as the leagues were starting.
Who is it?
Mr. Double Shine or Double Shrine, I'm not sure.
idea
I think
who-
it depends on the
That's
context.
this, but okay.
He's, I assume, mostly known for his leagues content because last year he was prominent as well.
I see.
So I had his stream going on, and I for the original launch, I just barely made it. I barely logged in, and I was there waiting. But like for me, it was afternoon. For him, he had got some sleep, and he woke up at like midnight, and the launch was their time at like 2 or 3 a.m. So he was prepared. He had breakfast. He went for a pee, and he was prepared. And the launch got delayed by like, what was it, 3 hours?
Oh my god.
3 something. And you didn't have a lot of information. I think no one had information. And so you kept waiting. And I was there. I was like, I think I postponed my climbing session for that. And I had a deadline by which I had planned that I would have gamed for like 5 hours or something. But in the end, I got like half an hour done. I got the first task and then I had to go.
That's dedication right there, folks.
It's
He was fucking locked in and loaded.
it was disappointing, but it was still fun, and I liked the whole thing where you could log on. There were so many people, and the streamer that he had posted his first whatever-ish points, like a guide, like an Excel guide. And then he had they had a certain world, and like him and the people watching logged in, and they did the task together, and it was cool. It was cool. So
Holding hands
pretty much.
with the streamer.
So I came back home, and I could play, and I've been playing for as much as I could till now. I am playing right now. As a matter of
Yes, he
fact.
is.
I got the. Oh, let's go. As I live and breathe.
Yeah, he currently is woodcutting redwood trees.
I got the sergeant thing random event, which I have not gotten so far, and it's a task, so it would only make sense to do it.
So he has to do it right now. Some jumping jacks, okay.
So how?
I think they're jumping jacks now. Yeah.
Oh my god! Without the plugin.
GG. He has no plugin. That man is instantly crippled. Fucking easy escape right there, folks. Back in my day, we had no plugins. We had fucking
No. Oh.
tip.it guides on fucking Ernest the Chicken, which took us 10 hours to do.
For fuck's sake.
Because we had no GE. We were all basically Iron Man. We had fuck all. We just had our 10-year-old selves, a lot of free time, fucking sugary drinks, and full mithril.
I pretty much fucked it up because
And this man being like 37 or some shit years old, a huge brain, 10 fingers, a fucking tab, and all the knowledge at the fingertips, and he still fucking can't do jumping jacks and push-ups at the right spot.
This is a fiasco.
This is a fucking disgrace, Pat.
Do you know, sometimes I wake up...
Back in my day, Pat.
Sometimes in the middle of the night, I wake up sweating and imagining, oh fuck, yes. Oh, that's over. Get the achievement. And I got the camo top, please. That's not an achievement.
He got the camo top.
It is an achievement. Oh, yes, let's go.
Oh my god. All the points and the fashionscape as well.
Ah, yes. Okay, that was an easy 30 points, right?
Wow,
that actually was not very easy.
Easy, guys. Listen to this fucking gamer right here.
So what were we talking about?
Leagues, probably.
I guess, but who care to be more specific?
I think you were talking about something.
Or the other.
Oh, that you were holding hands with the streamer.
With the streamer. So, the launch. The launch was fine. That was fine.
Yeah.
That was fine.
But what is the merit in RuneScape leagues to start as soon as possible?
It's really not. I mean, if...
Because you're all Iron Man, right?
Yeah, no, like, in theory, like... It might be that with people who are actually on top of the scoreboard, it might come down to, playtime. And since everyone is doing pretty much the best they can.
So it's ego, basically.
Well, sure, yeah, if you're going for the scoreboard.
You can just, flex with your points.
Well, pretty much, if you put it that way, yeah. Yeah. But, like, it's kind of like you want to... I don't know, if you're a kid at Christmas, you want to open up... You're not going to wait. Let's wait half an hour till I open my presents.
Yeah, that's fucking abysmal.
Yeah, you're going to open them the minute you can. So this is kind of the same, and it was, like, exciting, and it was cool. I think that made it way more special than it was last year when I just, like, logged in on day 3, and everyone was, like, level 115. I was like, fuck, I might not even...
Oh, yeah, like the FOMO aspect, and also that you are on equal footing with everyone, basically.
Yeah.
As soon as you start.
Yeah, I mean...
That makes sense.
I was already, like, 6 weeks behind someone on day 1.
Yeah.
In terms of points.
But comparison is the killer of fun, Pat.
It's just the... Yes, that's true. No, this is... The only thing that I want to compare to is my last year's score, which was Addy. I got 30-something 100 points. So as long as I get 30 plus, like, let's say 40, then I'm pleased. So this is the only thing.
How far along are you?
As we speak, as we live and...
breathe at the same time.
As we do, then it's 2,800.
Okay.
So, and we have 25 days to go, I believe. So it's already... By this time, it's already over. I'm already exceeding last year. And also, I'm on course to get 40 if I continue. But my reasoning is that the more we progress, the more hard tasks there are going to be. So the...
But you need to get to the hard stuff as well, no?
It's in progress.
Suck and shit, no?
The suck, I've done, like, right now... Fucking wood cutting.
I've done suck already, okay.
I've sucked in my time. Thank you for asking.
Yes, as we all have.
So, like, fucking wood cutting without the relic. 99 wood cutting. This is the suck. Like, this is not what you want to do in leagues. But if you can do it on the side, yeah, sure, why not? And if you were to ask, I might venture a prompt.
Yes, I am asking currently.
If one were to inquire,
yes,
what is the allure of leagues of this year?
I have an interesting question for you, Pat.
I'm all ears.
I just thought about it.
All ears.
And I'd really like to know your opinion. So, what is the allure of leagues this time around, Pat?
Mr. Wright, I'm so very glad you asked. What a sophisticated question.
And insightful, I might even say.
What
How does one even think of this kind of thing? I don't know.
I would not be sure. One would need to acquire a certain connaissance.
Aha.
of the subject.
Yes.
To delve this deep into uncharted territory.
But not too deep. Because I do not want to wake up an ancient being.
Not too deep.
That's what she said.
Well, Mr. Ray, I think it's PVM. I think...
That makes sense.
And more so than last year, because they have, either by advertising or by, I don't know, combat masteries or how, PVM is kind of... It was the same last year. You get access to the things you want to do way quicker, and a lot of it is PVM. But this year, I don't know, I guess it's kind of like more encouraged. Mm-hmm. It falls into the pattern that the updates have kind of been on for the past, I don't know, a year, that they have been trying to introduce PVM to beginner or mid
they
game.
have added a lot of like medium tier bosses.
Sure, it was represented before, but just like more now, like Scurious. And
Scurious, then Araxor is also like high medium, I guess, and which is doable for even idiots like me.
Like me. So they're making it more appealing. They're inviting players to PVM.
That's good.
Leagues is kind of the same. Like, you get 10 combat mastery points, which you divide between your 3 attack styles.
You went mostly to
ranged. But the thing is, if you get all of them, you get your maxed range, and you get still like 2/3 of the points into something else. And the last point is for the Inferno. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like assumed that if you want to get all of the points, you will try the Inferno. And I mean, this is as OP as you get. Mm-hmm. So, you know, last leagues I tried the fight games. So difficult. And this league, yeah, sure. At one point, at least I'm going to try. It's interesting.
This time around, the next step is Inferno. Duh. That's like the logical next step from...
But with like infinite food, infinite potions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, 20 plus DPS. You won't get a better chance.
The boosted weapons and shit. Like attack speeds.
The weapon is like half the ticks, so crossbow is 2 tick.
You can't also miss with the last relic.
You can't miss, and if you pick
or the mastery thing.
Yeah, mastery. But if you pick the right one relic, then you can't die. Well, one death is kind of like forgiven. You respawn, and for a period of time you deal more damage. Also, you can be on Slayer task while you're doing it, which would really come in handy if you picked Mauritania for the Slayer helm. But if you didn't, then, well, it's just free XP.
Tough luck.
Tough luck, I did not do that, yeah.
But you were planning to pick it, no?
No, I wanted to pick regions that I didn't pick last year. And I wanted to pick regions that Ray has officially gone. He has left. He does not care. He no longer cares. I
need more sustenance for these topics.
So I'm speaking to myself now.
Yes.
And what was Mauritania? Remember? I wanted to pick regions that I wanted to play, and like Current last year was just not even under debate because of the fucking favor system. But now that they
killed it.
They killed it, and thank God, I'm not going to have to get 100% favor doing the most tedious shit in the game.
What do you mean? You didn't like pushing the plow and the mining the fucking sulfur rocks? And
the closest they got was that they had a task with the Arceus library. So I did do that for a small number of books. And even with the plugin,
and endless stamina.
Not even to mention, I think where I started was that I wake up in cold sweats, imagining what it would be like to complete the 100% Arceus favor in the library without the fucking plugin. Because you have 3 stories of rooms filled with books with You have multiple rooms, and one staircase does not cover the entire floor, might I point out.
Currently very animated and very intimidated by him.
It was...
Help.
Even with the plugin, it was...
Send help.
Shit. Without it, it's suicide. So...
He is even more mad than me at PoE 2, it seems.
I'm livid.
Yeah.
So this is why I didn't pick Current last year. This time I did. And now, what I want to... With Current, like, one of the milestones of Iron Man accounts is getting the Dragon Warhammer. Ray is so engaged.
No, I was...
Stifling a yawn, not even stifling.
I wasn't stifling, it just happened.
He was owning the yawn. Because we're talking about, we are going deep into his favorite subjects. First is leagues, and the second is Iron Man. Now just wait till we touch on PVM, and he will be overjoyed.
Wait, what? Fucking PoE 2, man. Okay, yes, please. I am riveted to my seat. No, I'm not kidding. It is interesting. Listen to. Please leave Brittany alone.
Alright, these shenanigans have actually made me forget what I was trying to say. Where did we start from? It was...
Current,
Current, Dragon Warhammer.
Oh, yes.
Dragon Warhammer, because you need it for the spec.
Mm-hmm.
And as I learned, like I've learned a lot of the things this league, is like, you cannot kill the corporeal. Mr. Beast. You cannot...
You cannot kill Mr. Beast without a hammer. Hashtag, please don't jail us, Mr. Beast.
You need to spec the shit out of Mr. Beast. And you need the hammer. You need the goddamn hammer. Even in leagues.
Mr. Beast.
Even in leagues, you need it.
Yeah. Hammer the Beast.
And how do you get it? You get it from Lizardmen.
Shamans.
That's the
Shaman
only...
or shamans?
Shaman.
Shamans, I think.
What was the other option?
Shaman.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for shaman.
Shamans.
Yeah, it's not semen, it's semen.
Hit Mr. Beast with semen. Okay. That's the TLDR. So he went to the semen grind, the semen hammer.
And you get it from semen shamans. And the KC is outrageous.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
In the main game.
And in the leagues. Because, I'm going to Google.
Didn't they boost thingies?
They boosted it by 5 times. Which is considerable, make no mistake, but it's not 50, it's 5. So, with Lizardmen, Shamans, the drop rate...
Lizardmen, Shamans.
For the Dragon Hammer is 1 in 3,000. So, that means that in leagues, you still have to kill 600 of them. 600.
If you're lucky/unlucky.
If you are lucky, and there have been plenty of times where I have not in this league's gotten a thing on drop rate, to say the least. It's gone 5 or 10 times over. So if it goes 10 times over, it's gonna be 6k KC compared to the fucking poultry. Oh fuck.
Oh no, he logged out.
Compared to the 3,000.
He's so livid that even his character logged out.
So, and I remember, was it settled? Some YouTuber got insanely over the drop rate with the Dragon Warhammer. So, I wouldn't, I've killed 150 of them. I got the Serix Talisman that I also went really dry for.
That's sad.
It is sad. And
because it's not the rare item at all.
Not at all.
Even in the main game.
And even, it's you go through stages while you're waiting for the drop.
Of grief.
You arrive at, you're closing in on the drop rate. You're getting excited. You reach drop rate. You're disappointed. You go over.
Anger. Bargaining, I think.
Denial.
Denial.
Anger, bargaining, denial. Acceptance is in the end, but some are missing.
Sexual frustration. No?
Existential crisis.
Yes.
Some are missing, but they're all there, regardless.
And you felt them all.
And at one point, you start to question, maybe it did drop. Then, thank God, you check the plugin, the drop rate, the loot tracker, where you get the KC.
And you can see it on the collection log as well, no?
True, that's true. But a lot of the tasks are not getting the item, but equipping it. So if you got it, it dropped and it deleted, then you were...
sad.
Yes, you are. So you start to question yourself, then you go on Wiki and check if it even does drop. Maybe you haven't fulfilled some sort
Does it even exist in the game?
Do you even exist?
Yes.
How long have you been doing it? And you get through this unpleasant doubt and insecurity until it drops. And then you're like, you knew it was going to happen, but why all the stress?
Did you feel an overwhelming sense of accomplishment and being rewarded?
Oh no, not at all. It was like, thank fuck, this should have happened a long time ago, on to the next one. No strong emotion so far, aside from the wonder that was felt at the beginning of League. So the first hour or half an hour that I got to play, those were magical, but after that it's been a chore all the way. It's been
that
work.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It's been work, and it has eaten into my real life, and I've had to plan extra. I've had to manage my time. I've had to make compromises, and it's is it fun? It's challenging.
That sounds like me and PoE too. But it's not as fun, and it is somewhat challenging as well.
What I'm thankful for, I will say...
Jesus. Santa Claus. And semen. No?
That was unexpected. Well, I was going to say that I'm thankful for...
Come on, Pa. My lovely wife, Marianne.
Pig Sue.
I live in the bayou. I do not know where this came from.
But I'm glad that it did, and that is what she said.
So what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for, and I'm not sure now if this is League special or if this is...
NASCAR? I'm sorry. I live in the swamp. Hope you don't mind the heat.
NASCAR.
And Bud Light. The best beer in the world.
Oh my, Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
I was going to say that I'm thankful for the dry protection. To ensure that you will not go dry.
Dry protection, huh?
Yes.
That's if I wouldn't know the context. Or maybe our listeners do not know it as well. So please explain, Pat, in 2 sentences or less, what is dry protection in this context? It's not loop, guys.
I'm gonna preface the 2-sentence explanation
with a fucking essay. Okay.
With a little recall into our first episode. Which we talked about there, like sentences or phrases or stuff that is natural in game, but if you said it outside, it would sound weird. And I think dry protection is a prime example there.
That's a pretty good one, yeah.
Guaranteed drop is dry protection. So if the drop rate is, let's say, 1 in 50, like you get with the Vorkath head, so dry protection enables you to get it on a certain drop. It's usually not 50, it's slightly over, but with the Vorkath head, the protection, you got a guaranteed drop when you reached 50 kc. And thank fuck it was the same with the Fremenic Echo bosses, because they dropped 2 uniques, an amulet and a ring, and I got the amulet.
He really is abusing the running sentence here, guys. Fucking, that's the longest sentence I've ever heard. Pat, please go on.
This is the outro of the 2-sentence explanation.
Oh, that was it. Intermission, God, or the prequel to the.
The prequel
fuck.
Was the callback. The guaranteed drop was the 2-sentence explanation, and now follows the fade out of said explanation. Is that I got the amulet fairly quickly with Hespori in Karen, the Echo boss. I got the fucking weapon within 4 kc, and I haven't done it after. But with the shamans, the ring just would not drop. So that was the guaranteed 50th kill. And with the Vorkath head also, 50th kill. So the dry protection has been something heavily debated in the
academia circles of leagues.
And I say that I certainly have felt its benefits.
So you are a proponent?
In certain aspects, I certainly see the merits. You could say.
That's very...
if you want a specific answer.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm glad that we arrived at this dissertation tier conclusion. That there are some merits of this research. We have found these and these results.
But the field certainly invites further research.
Research, for sure.
Further sharing of knowledge between centers, international centers.
And experts worldwide.
So, and again, remind me one more time, not the last time, but one more time, with your heron pet grind, what XP fishing did you reach?
I don't know anymore.
Do you have a rough...
I have
estimate.
Removed it from my...
Entirely.
I think it was like 42 mil or some shit.
42? And is that... What is your skill with the highest XP as we speak?
That is the highest, I think.
That is the highest.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe ranged is... No, I think ranged has surpassed it by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like even in... Oh, the son of a bitch is cutting my redwood tree.
He took your spot.
Wow.
With a fucking cheesecake as well. What a fucking nerd. I also have a cheesecake, by the way, it's fine. Yeah. Go on, Pat.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The points are valid. And I feel like they touch me on a level unprecedented. Because I remember what we talked about.
We talked about that what also will touch us are these tunes.
That you will experience shortly.
Right now.
Welcome back.
Hello again there.
That was a bit pushy, I feel. Welcome back.
Hello again there. I'm sorry, that might have been a bit loud.
Now we cancel each other out.
We have achieved equilibrium.
That is a relic. That is a relic that I picked. That is a pick.
That's a Leaks reference, guys. Ding, 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 ding. And because it is a RuneScape podcast.
It was on the same tier with... It was a controversial choice. A few people picked Equilibrium just because it's quite boring. It's just passive XP. There's nothing shiny about it. But what was it in the same tier with? What did I miss out on? The Clue Arbiter, I feel.
I would have picked that.
But the transportation relic was already a clue solver thing because it transported you to the actual clue step.
Oh, that's not
0.
the same then. Okay, never mind then.
So have the telly.
I might be mixing up.
The Clue Arbiter made every clue with the shortest steps possible, and it eliminated the requirement clues, the where, X and Y, and where something, and then do that. That's no longer needed. So it's just like basic. If you had the 2, it's so OP that it's very nice. But I went with a safer bet to give me a chance of getting as high stats as possible. Yeah. So that's Equilibrium. That's something that we reached.
That's what they say. If you achieve Equilibrium...
And what?
You become the master of your own fate or something. I don't know.
No, I thought that you can answer some questions.
That's true as well.
Which is being a master of your fate.
Is answering questions.
Yes. And asking them.
And asking the right questions.
Because you can choose not to, but only a master of their fate will choose something like questions.
But it's also a choice not to choose them.
And it's also
answer them.
Question.
And answer. Means quiz. Yes, guys, it is time to ask some questions. Be equilibrious.
Oh.
Be in balance with your inner self and your outer mind.
And your inner questions. And your outer answers to your questions coming from within.
From your brain, yes.
Being answered externally.
Wow. Unilaterally, yes. We are, after all, pieces of meat flying around.
Capable of asking questions for a short period of time.
In space.
Before.
On a living planet.
We are.
Questions and answers.
Dead. Forgotten.
With Pat and Ray on the podcast called...
Recipe?
For...
None of it matters.
None of it matters. We're all gonna fucking die in the end, guys. So, yeah.
This is turning into, as it has been from episode 1, into a suicide cult propaganda.
Yes.
Podcast.
But I have pulled back on it, and it seems that Pat is here to fill the void.
I think this is the sign of any fruitful collaboration, is that when one needs a rest, backs down, the other steps in and carries onward the company motto.
Hold the torch.
Oh, not just hold, but run as hell until the person catches up with you and the other takes over.
Yeah.
And it's going to...
continue beating the horse, which is dead.
That it is. 2 questions. One of them, not the second, but the third.
Two questions. One of them is the second, but not the third. So, Pat, do tell how many there are in total.
So, that depends on which category you want to discuss.
Let's start with overall how many there are.
There are going to be 3, but in combination, there are going to be 6.
Yes. 3 from me, 3 from Pat here. So, to start off this epic journey, would you like to start with the Lord of the Rings question or
yes.
a RuneScape one?
You know what? Let's pick.
Wow. Okay.
Sure.
Wow. This
since you gave me the choice.
This man's off the rails.
This might have been a bluff, but in that case, I am calling it.
All right, Pat.
Yes, please.
The question is as follows: which elements were or are on Aragorn's crest or the Elendil's banner? What represent him?
Damn. I'm gonna wait for the options, as I'm sure
I
there
definitely
are
have
many.
them. I definitely have them. So let me see.
Well, as while you are looking among your
I might give you a hint.
notes, I remember that the banner was handmade by the GF of Aragorn.
That might be true.
But what was
No
on
bonus
it?
points for that though, because I don't give a fuck who made it. I just want to know what's on it, man.
A dick pic. And a beer.
Elrond's dick. And a beer. That sounds about right. So there are 3 elements in total.
Uh-huh.
And your options are: there is a sword, a white tree, a crown, there might be stars, or is there a keg of ale?
So I have to narrow it down to 3.
Yes.
So a crown.
A crown, a sword, the white tree, stars, and a keg of ale.
I'm gonna lock in the white tree along with the crown, and for the third bonus option, go ahead and lock in the sword as well. So your first 3 options is what I'm going
Is that
with.
the final answer?
Quite the final answer, the terminal answer.
That is, Pat, 66.6% the right answer.
Son of a bitch. What is the... is it the...
Stars. 7 stars.
In
above the crown.
place of the sword.
Yes, there is no sword.
There is no sword.
There are stars, a crown, and the white tree of
If
Gondor.
there is no sword, is there a spoon?
The spoon is not real, sadly.
So there is no spoon.
There is no spoon.
And no sword.
No utensils either for war or for eating.
This is quite...
If you want to fact check me, then you can Google Elendil's banner.
unconventional, you might say.
I do not know where the question came from, but it was written up in here, and I do not question the file.
No, I was checking up my own question. Far be it for me to question your authority. I would not even dream.
Yes.
So I see. So the sword was always a gamble, and the stars. Sure, yeah, the stars of how many stars?
7.
For the 7 dwarves.
That is a good question, but I would not think that it is for the dwarven lords. No.
I see.
Maybe like the 7 kings, or I don't know. I did not.
7 kings.
Tell
That
that
sounds.
Or like the 7 stars that show the way. I don't know. Fuck, do I know?
To McDonald's. They
or maybe 7 Valar. I don't know, Pat. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not know.
It sounds like it could be the kings or the Valar. Valar. Rar. It could be the 7 stars of the Middle-earth Subaru.
Or the 7 stars of the European Union.
Of Middle-earth.
Yes.
Yeah. It could be the 7...
Oh, yes, okay.
oh, thank God.
The 7 stars is a common symbol throughout Arda. It refers to the constellation that turns through the northern skies every night of the year. So it is a constellation.
So it's pretty much like the Big Dipper.
Yeah, pretty much like one of the mainstream.
So it's like the constellation every
constellations of Middle Earth.
that everyone recognizes. So be that as it may, sure.
Yes.
7
So,
stars. 7 stars. Crown. A gun, sure. A gun.
An AR-15. a PS5, and the White Tree of Gondor. Yep. All right, Pat, please, I want to answer.
And also the same question.
Start with rings. Please.
Rings, that's good that I googled then, because my question is, let's see, what spice, what corner, what facet or coin to present in this question, because it can be done in many ways. So this is to do with the rings of power.
I've only seen the first season.
No. We're not talking about.
Oh my
so
God!
Fully with the rings of power.
I was about to jump out of the window.
Your response was surprisingly civil. I would have just punched.
I tried to remain civil.
This has to do with the original lore of Rings of Power, and
7.
Only 3.
Yes.
The rings given to the elvish persons.
Yes.
And people. And now my question is...
Individuals.
Out of the 3 rings...
Yes.
There is only one that stayed with its original owner till the story of Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Of Lord of the Rings, that you ended more assertively.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 of them, the rings, were handed down throughout time to different multiple benefactors, but one stayed with their original person. Mm-hmm. So my question is, the ring that stayed with the person that it was intended to, was it the ring of fire,
Narya,
the ring of adamant, or the ring of sapphire?
Well, I mean, the fire, I think, was handed down to Gandalf. He wasn't the first owner.
Mm-hmm.
The wielder of the Flame of Arnor and
what he sprouted on the bridge.
Yes. I think Galadriel had the Ring of Sapphire, right? No, the Adamant.
Galadriel was one of the owners of the original. She was the only one who stuck with her ring, because one of them was given to. I'm not familiar to Círdan.
Oh, the shipwright.
Right. That one of the rings was given to him and then passed on to Gandalf.
Yeah. So the fire one.
And one of them was originally by the OG himself, Gil-galad, and then given to Elrond. I think there was an intermediary step as well.
Oh, shit.
I think there was someone, but it ended up with Elrond, so that's all that matters.
So Adamant then.
You're picking Ari with the ring that stayed to their original owner.
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is, Ray, unequivocally
wrong.
The correct answer.
Yes.
It's Ninja, Ring of Adi, Ring of Water, made of Mithril with a stone of Adi, chief of the 3.
Galadriel's ring.
Yes. Fire, red ring with a ruby, eventually Gandalf's, and Ring of Sapphire, the blue ring, Ring of Air, mightiest of the 3, was Elrond.
Wow, that was a pretty good question, Pat.
Good answer.
I had to have a think.
Oh, that does happen every now and again.
And I used the word adamant, and that maybe it's a hint.
It's a bridge between 2 worlds, and might I point out that Mr. Ray has donned his thinking cap. We are now both wearing caps indoors.
And I turn mine backwards.
Oh, it's just...
So I am in the zone. I'm locked in.
And that's why I got 66% of the question right, and he got 100. Because mine's not backwards.
Because I had a lot of help from Mr. Pat in hints. So, would you like a question about the scape.
I'm all ears.
The easier or the harder one?
In this sense, I would like to stay conventional. Let's start with the easier one.
What's the name of the NPC who repairs your barrow's gear in Lumbridge?
I've never repaired my barrow's gear in Lumbridge.
He also sells axes.
It's Bob.
Is that your final answer?
That's quite the final answer, yes.
Yes.
Mr. Bob.
Mr. Bob, you have, Mr. Pat, the correct answer. That is Bob.
Bobber.
Bob.
Mr. Bobber.
Mr. Bobber himself fixes your shit and also sells axes.
But you can fix your shit yourself too if you have the house for it, yes?
Yes.
And it's cheaper, I would guess.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But if you do not have the option of fixing shit at their own stand, then Mr. Bob will do it for you.
Do it for you. Thank God.
Thank God. Bless Jesus for this option.
And Bob.
Bless Bob.
So, Mr. Ray, after Mr. Bob, would you like the harder or the easier escape question?
Let's continue with the same pattern. And
the same pattern. That's I'm gonna edit out. This was a huge hint.
Heisty.
To our nationality.
Oh no.
A huge hint. Luckily no one listens, so it's...
Luckily no one else listens. So
unnoticed, yeah. But still.
It's fine.
You cannot let something that slip. The easier one is as follows. We talked a bit about, as the Canadians would say, our Canadian listeners. We talked about...
Shout out to all of our listeners from Canada. Let's talk about...
about the next question.
Let's talk about RuneScape, eh?
Barb, it's time for RuneScape, eh?
That's a bit Scottish, no?
That was a bit Scottish and Canadian, but they have a lot
You're pushing me on the fucking line! It seems to be another one of these episodes where we do really bad impressions of accents.
God, I'd forgotten about the whole the over the line spiel.
You fuck no. You are gonna ask me a fucking question. Pat, please. I'm listening. I'm all ears. I'm two huge ears.
Oh, yeah. That's what you are, and what you will be is answering a question about dragon limbs.
Huh.
Not your physical appendages, your arms and feet,
but the ones of dragons.
Yes, dragon limbs. That was the police. Pay no heed. Pay no heed to nightly noise.
Someone knocked on the door, I think.
Mr. Ray, this is normal.
That's weird.
Yeah. Dragon limbs used to make a dragon crossbow.
I have heard.
So.
Where do you get them?
Exactly.
Fucking.
Exactly. Where do you get dragon limbs? And I will present to you, first of all...
Dragons.
Exactly. Rune dragons I was killing for dragon limbs, so these are out of the question. You're not... Rune dragons are one of the two sources you can get dragon limbs from.
What's the other one?
Exactly. And the choices are Callisto, the Hellhound, that I forget the name. Is it
Cerberus?
That's the one.
Definitely no.
And Addy Dragons. And a bonus option, Red Dragons.
Oh my god.
Callisto, Cerberus, Addy Dragons, Red Dragons. And since there are 4 options, you can go with 50-50.
I will call a friend.
You will call a friend?
No, I will go with the
50-50. Are you sure?
Yes.
Is this your final straw?
Yes.
So, after 50-50, what remain are Addy Dragons and
Red Dragons.
Callisto.
Fuck you, I'll say Callisto then.
You say Callisto?
Yes.
Is that your final dragon?
I guess I'll pick Addy Dragons then.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final dragon.
Addy Dragons.
Yes.
That is the... we were the wrong answer. That is the correct answer.
You confused me, motherfucker. That's a huge bait right there.
I know that you hadn't done the wilderness bosses.
I have killed him once.
Oh, you have killed him once? Oh, what drove you?
For the diaries.
Oh, you need to kill each one for the heart.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Did you get anything good?
No.
Didn't get dragon limbs?
No.
No. Oh.
I tried to remember if I've seen like a YouTuber get them, but I didn't recall any. And then the 50-50 fucked me even more.
Yeah, it's the rune and Addy dragons. With the drop rate for rune, I think, is 1 in 800, and Addy was worth 1,000.
Doesn't KBD drop them?
Rune limbs? No.
Dragon limbs.
Well, dragon. I'm sorry. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Wait. Again, I'm gonna fact check. Chip.
That's sad because KBD is the king Black Dragon.
Actually, yeah,
he
sure.
should drop them.
He drops a lot of other shit.
Otherwise, he's just a cock.
Yeah. No, I'm showing Mr. Ray the drop table for dragon limbs, and it includes only Addy and rune.
I understand this.
All right.
This is sad.
Right.
Wait, where did my thing go?
Right, mate.
Where is my thing, guys? I found it.
Probably you'd look right through it.
How far are we?
It's the last, so that means the hard question.
A question for Mr. Pitt.
Yes, and make it hard. And make it snappy.
Ooh. Well, I mean, it might not be hard for a man of this tenure. And this question might have been already asked because we have done so many episodes. Oh. Asked so many questions.
And so little answers.
That I do not even anymore know which have been asked and which have been not asked.
Does anyone?
But let's see. Who represents the god Saradomin in the Cold Wars dungeon?
Represent Snoop Dogg.
Lock and loaded.
In the God Wars again.
Which boss?
Place I didn't pick Asgarnia this league, so the only God Wars I've done is in the Wildy. Again, 1 KC for the diary. Needed to get someone, get the fuck out. It's not Bandos. It's not...
Bandos is a god, yes, himself.
Armadillo. It's not who represents Saradomin. Give me options, please.
Would you like the options?
Yeah, I would. They would come in handy.
The options are as follows. Kree, General Grardor, Commander Krill, I think,
Jesus.
Nex, or Commander Ziliana.
Jesus. The only one I know that Nex is not the part of the God Wars dungeons other
he
than
is,
that.
But
he is?
Yes.
Isn't he
He is also he or she or it, I don't know what the fuck it even is.
They.
It also it represents a god, yes.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, God Wars, sure.
Kree, Grardor, Krill, Nex, or Ziliana.
You know what? The one that sounds... Ziliana can either be Saradomin or Zamorak, because depending on how the name sounds, and this is all I have to go on because I know...
That's a good point, though.
Fuck all about God Wars and their bosses. Kree sounds like someone from... Kree sounds like it would drop Bandos. Nex, Saradomin, I don't know.
Grardor. That doesn't sound also very...
That sounds kind of melee, berserkerish. Grardor, that sounds Bandosy as well.
This man is a god of deductions, it seems.
And, well, you still have Gothics. Who would represent Gothics? No, I think...
No one does.
Really?
He's not the part of that.
Because he was asleep.
He is like the god, so he doesn't give a fuck.
My dear, I'm gonna Saradomin, who sounds the most... Well,
Cree.
yeah, sure. Okay, since you corrected Cree, I'm gonna pick Cree.
No, don't pick Cree.
Okay, so it's gonna be Ziliana.
Is that the final answer,
Yes.
Pat? That is the correct answer, Pat.
Best game show host.
Your deduction skill was so good. You had it, basically. And then, for some reason, chose Cree, which is Armadillo.
I really wish you would have hosted Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Don't pick C.
No.
Don't pick C.
Cree is Armadillo, General Grardor is Bandos,
Yeah.
yes. Krill is Zamorak, a huge red demon. Next is Saros. And Celiana is Saradomin.
Who the fuck's Zaros?
Zaros, yeah, that's also a god. He's purple, I guess.
What quest does he come into play?
Everywhere.
Really? Never heard of him.
You will.
You have no basic gear.
Then just don't fucking spacebar through quests, Pat.
Excuse me. This I will take personally. In what?
Zaros, I think he was...
This is an outrage.
I don't remember in which quest he was,
Cook's assistant.
but he is a pretty major player in the God Wars, yes.
Fuck me. Okay, this is something that I will...
So you might have to do some research afterwards.
Yes, I will.
Pat.
Some Googling is in store for me.
Yes.
Fine. I see how things stand. We're getting personal.
Mr. Pat.
Mr. Ray.
Please, last question.
Yes, for the 1 million. What is the colloquial term for... So, this is going to take a few tries. Orichalcum. And I can show you the spelling. It is ori, and then it's almost like a turkey.
Calcum. Orichalcum.
Orichalcum.
What even is it in the terms of RuneScape?
Exactly. What is the colloquial term?
I think it's an ore.
It is.
Usually is an ore in fantasy games and shit.
And here it... Would you like some options?
Yes, please.
Options are... So,
Ori, Cal, and Cum.
is it option A, salpeter?
Ooh.
Salpeter.
Saltpeter.
B, the substance, otherwise known as dragon. Or C, obsidian.
I'd say B then.
Dragon.
Yes.
So you're saying that a substance known academically as or a turkey
Yes.
is a
Slave
red
turkey.
metal one cannot craft on their own,
Yes.
and you can only pick it up.
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is the correct answer,
Yes.
Mr. Ray. So yeah, apparently orichalcum is dragon.
Yeah, because like Orichalcum or some shit like that is also in quite a few other games. Like,
Is it?
I think like MapleStory has it,
I've never even heard of it.
and some others more.
Well, yeah, like
You don't know what MapleStory is?
I got a
my
judgmental
God.
look there.
That's gonna be another episode, guys.
Another traumatized rant.
Yes.
Well, like Addy and Mithril are throughout.
Like adamant is like
Yeah.
like material in quite a few fantasy worlds.
Like steel is a material in the real world and in the game world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adamantium and steel.
And strongest metals known to Earth.
Heavy metal.
Oh, and Mithril, yeah.
Mithril is also, yeah.
I wonder if... Surely Tolkien was not the first one to craft the term Mithril. Surely not.
Maybe. I don't know.
What a thought.
We might need to research that.
Interesting. Mithril. Was Mithril first mentioned in the Bible?
Mithril, maybe, I don't know.
Mithril.
That's a different thing, I think.
Interesting. The first thing that comes up is associated with Tolkien. Interesting.
That might be his thing.
But I'm sure that something at least similar in spelling could have been in any of the northern sagas. Like Beowulf ate Mithril with Cheerios for breakfast.
Every single day. And that's why he was so cool.
And his fur sheddage was curtailed.
With adamantium.
Yes.
And then Kalevala came and he had the sword of Orichalcum.
Oh yeah. And the son of Kalev got stuck. So he did not come.
He only had a plank of wood, and that's it.
And wherever he got stuck and sat down because he was tired is now known as the ass print. The print of
him.
ass of son of Kalev. Caleb.
Kal-El. Superman. Wow. There must be a connection.
There is. Kalevala was made after Superman.
They fucking copy-pasted the ancient myths. These American bastards.
Mr. Ray.
Yes, Mr. Bat.
Mr. Ray, it has been a pleasure being able to speak after 3 months.
I am glad I have opened my mouth after all these months. How are you, Pat?
I think the joke here is implied.
No, I meant it.
Literally.
Verbatim. I opened my mouth and words came out and nothing else. Please do not think of us as some deviants that always think...
Traffic is very much unidirectional.
Yes, we speak our minds as they are.
We speak when spoken to.
And sometimes not even then.
This is the podcast.
This has been Ray.
And I have been Pat for the time being.
In this godforsaken podcast called...
Recipe?
For?
Disaster.
It's...
As a disaster.
It has been and it will always be a disaster, and I thoroughly enjoy this.
Utter charade.
A fucking clown show.
Disgrace to everyone who cares about us and wishes to see us go forward and prosper in life.
That's how the cookie fucking crumbles.
And then it dies. As do we all.
In the end.
Later.
Toodles!